I dreamed too big. The plastic surgeon to the stars, Alex Kadavi, kind of sounds like a cadaver, files for bankruptcy after failing to sell his $88 million Bel Air mega mansion with champagne tasting room, NFT gallery, and floors stained with 24 karat gold dust. I mean, talk about like extremely expensive taste. Like, I mean, I know that this is like Bel Air, but like, come on. Who needs or wants 24 karat gold dust on their floor? Like, think about it. What, you're gonna put your feet on gold? Really? Now, I can understand the whole NFT gallery thing if you're like just a super big fan of NFTs, but like, come on. So, a celebrity plastic surgeon with a history of making homophobic and anti Semitic statements has filed for bankruptcy after spending more than $46 million developing a mega mansion in Bel Air, admitting that he dreamed too big. Dr. Alex Kadavi, 49, put the hillside mansion with sweeping views of Los Angeles on the market for about $88 million last May, but he hasn't been able to sell it. Probably because there's a lot of people with a lot of money moving out of California. So a bankruptcy judge has now decided that she may sell the estate for as little as $50 million at auction, though Kadavi thinks the doomed effort could still net more in the open market, the Wall Street Journal reports. The 21,000 square foot home, which by the way, I mean, just saying, why would you even want a 21,000 square foot home? Like, in terms of just like the reality of managing that, it's just a pain. So, 21,000 square foot home features 7 bedrooms, a movie theater, a champagne tasting room, an NFT art gallery, and the floors are even stained with the 24 karat gold dust. He grew agitated during construction, firing his architect and primary contractor within the first year and complaining about crews who called out sick with COVID. People don't take pride in what they do. Nobody wants to work these days, he said. Which, I feel like that kind of like statement is there's some people who don't want to work, but there's also a lot of people who want to make a lot of money. So, that's kind of like a dishonest statement. Kadavi's celebrity clients include reality stars Khloe Kardashian and Scott Disick, singer Lance Bass, actor David Hasselhoff, along with lesser known Instagram personalities, models, and singers like La Demi, Anna Sherry, and street artist Alec Monopoly, according to his Instagram, which has 94,000 followers. He is a national trainer for Botox in the filler Juvederm, according to his website. The surgeon was filmed going on a homophobic rant at his apartment building last year, causing his neighbors, a gay couple, to file a restraining order alleging that he threatened to kill them. Dear Lord. In 2016, real estate agent Matt Altman from Million Dollar Listing also filed a restraining order against Kadavi after the surgeon allegedly told him he hates all Jews and threatened to kill him. I mean, it does look like a pretty nice house, but I mean, $88 million worth? Nah. $50 million worth? Nah. I'm thinking like 30. Gaddafi bought the Bel Air mansion for $16 million in 2013, and he spent more than $30 million on construction, not including land cost. Among his creditors is Axos Bank, which lent the cosmetic dermatologist $27 million, and he admitted that he didn't have the right connections for a project this big and that he has mostly flipped homes under 1 million according to the Wall Street Journal. His vision for the manse kept expanding during construction, and so did his budget. See, here's the thing. Like, this is the thing that I do not understand, right? Why would a bank think it's a good idea to give a plastic surgeon this amount of debt for a construction property for his own home. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, he has no track record of being able to even do something with this amount of money. Like, it makes no sense. And this is the scary thing too, because so many people can learn so much from this statement, right? His vision for the man's kept expanding during construction, and so did his budget. So basically, for those people who are trying to build their dream home from the ground up, have a game plan and stick to it as best as you possibly can to not go over budget. Because you might not even have the money to even spend to actually get to it. So the marble budget was $10 per square foot, Kadavi said. I clearly made a mistake because we bought $150 per square foot Calicut extra gold. It's like if you go in to buy a Prius and they show you a Ferrari. Yeah, that is a disgusting amount of money. Please think about that. 10,000 in like a 21,000 square, $10 per square foot in a 21,000 square foot mansion versus $150 per square foot. Yeah, that's a really massive difference. So he wanted to live in the house, but realized he'd have to sell it halfway through building it because it was going to be too expensive to maintain, he said. And here's the thing, like, this is the sad reality of these like mega mansions in a lot of these properties in California, right? All these mega mansions, once they get past like the $20 million mark, they're pretty much all too expensive to maintain unless you have like a net worth of hundreds of millions of dollars or you're a billionaire. Because you got to think about it, you're basically practically spending like a few $1 million a year just to maintain it, right? Like, it's utterly stupid. I dream too big. During a bankruptcy hearing on March 30th, Judge Sherry Blue Bond said she could soon agree to sell the home at an auction for a minimum reserve price of $50 million. And here's the thing, I mean, that's a nice looking house. Okay, that's a nice looking property. But geez, it's totally not worth 50 million. And definitely not 88 million. And yeah, you could tell he himself has a lot of work done as well. So Gaddafi's notorious temper surfaced during construction, the Wall Street Journal reports. He complained about workers who came down with COVID and criticized their work. He had them rip out a beam that was blocking the view. He also said he ripped up $1 million worth of marble after they failed to waterproof the guest house correctly. The home features 360-degree views from the San Gabriel Mountains to the Channel Islands, according to a video from One Shot Productions. The extravagant design includes a formal dining room, a movie theater, car museum, a massage room, a DJ booth, an NFT art gallery, a tequila bar, and a champagne tasting room. A rotable 3D laser projector on the roof casts light in the shape of a rhombus over the pool, and jets inside the pool pump water in time with music. And here's the thing, right? Like, if you're making a few $1 million a year and you're able to buy this house for like super, super cheap, it might be worth it to buy it just for the fun of it. But here's the thing, I mean, like, this type of thing, you would really want people to like live with you. Because, like, who wants to live in a 21,000 square foot mansion by themselves? That's a nice theater, though. So, I mean, I think every single piece of this house looks pretty awesome, but it's just not worth it. So, Glass Bottom Bridge connects different parts of the house and overlooks the living area. The British born Iranian doctor says he was inspired by mathematical concepts like the golden ratio and the Fibonacci sequence, considered by some to represent the apex of human beauty. Gaddafi finally put the home on the market in May 2021 for 87.777 million, with the sevens being a reference to his favorite number and his age when he and his family relocated to the US from Iran during the Iranian Revolution. See, here's the thing, right? Like, why make this a personal thing? If you know that you need to sell this home because it's too expensive for you to maintain, sell it then. He still believes the house is worth more than the 50 million price tag that the judge proposed. The view itself is honestly worth about 100 million, he told the Wall Street Journal. See, this is the problem that he has. He's making this like completely personal. He's getting super emotional from this project, and that's an issue. He's going to potentially lose so much money from doing this deal. So the doctor has dermatology practices in Encino and LA neighborhood and Thousand Oaks in nearby Ventura County. Last July, Gaddafi was recorded on surveillance video threatening the man in the lobby of their plush West Hollywood condo complex on July 7th. I'll F you up, effing. Well, I guess that's the derogatory word for gay people, I'm guessing. I'll shoot you. I don't give a F. Nobody tells me what to do. He continues as the concierge looks on helplessly. The foul-mouthed tirade goes on for more than a minute before the man taunts, I'll shoot you in the effing face. Effing, you know what. I'll blow your effing head off. The neighbor then filed a restraining order. Dun, 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 dun. He feared for his life. The concierge allegedly claims that Gaddafi showed him a handgun he was carrying while leaving the condo complex around 2 months before. Now here's the thing, right? Like if he did this, right, which he did, obviously from the camera, video footage, he should have been arrested. The Medical Board of California said it was investigating the incident. Back in 2016, Roasty agent Matt Altman obtained a restraining order against Gaddafi for making anti-Semitic death threats and threatening him in person and over the phone, which is just like, it's crazy, right? Altman claimed in documents seen by TMZ at the time that Gaddafi approached him at a real estate event, and when Altman asked him to leave because it was a private event, Gaddafi allegedly told him he hated all Jews and threatened to kill him. The documents also claimed Altman had been receiving racist and homophobic phone calls from Gaddafi for years. That's creepy as hell. The dermatologist denied the allegations at the time, with the rep telling TMZ he is Jewish and had been invited as a guest to the event. The restraining order said the doctor had to stay 100 yards away from Altman and his girlfriend, as well as his brother and $1 million co-star Josh Altman and his wife. Feel free to give your thoughts. Let's check out some of these comments. Gaddafi, is that another word for cadaver? Because he looks like one. Honestly, it sounds so similar to that. Brilliant, haha, you nailed it. House is okay, bit soulless, but then there are a lot of people in LA without souls who love that sort of thing. He dreamed too big. No, he wanted too much. I agree. He wanted too much. Ew, what even is that? And I'm talking about the owner. Dear God, his face. Whoever did the work on him should be sued. I'll give him 350 for it. 350 for it. I dreamed too big, aka I was greedy and stupid. Yeah. Stupid narcissistic man. There goes his business. Would anyone trust him while they were under anesthesia? 88 million for that cold placed vanity at its finest. Now this is the thing, right? Like this is actually a good point, right here. Would anyone trust him whilst they were under anesthesia, right? Like if you saw the video of him making those comments, being very threatening and all that kind of stuff, right? And let's just say that you happen to be Jewish or you happen to be gay or all that kind of stuff, right? Or anything that potentially he may not like, would you feel comfortable going under the knife of him? Something to really ask about. But yeah, $88 million for that cold place, vanity at its finest. Like, this is the reality, right? Like, that house is not worth 88 million. The views are not worth $100 million. The problem with him is that he has a very personal, emotional viewpoint as to what the property value actually is, and that's going to get him into a lot of financial trouble, which it already has. And people can learn from that because basically be like, hey, if I want to build up a house from the ground up, I need to stick with my original plan as much as possible to try to not go over budget, right? Because you got to be really careful with trying to change plans while you are in the process of construction. Because from what I've seen from different sources, changing plans in the middle of construction of anything dramatically increases the cost of the project. And so if you're trying to build a home for yourself, like your dream home, stick to the original blueprint and you're probably going to stay roughly along your original budget. If you want to learn how to get out of debt, go to 40inbucks.com.